Hey, what's going on? Scott Taylor with SanDiegoRealEstateHunter.com. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 incredibly stupid, yes, I said stupid, mistakes that first-time home buyers make, especially in San Diego, that's going to cost them tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars over the lifetime. It just depends on how long they wait and what the purchase price is of the real estate. As always, look below the video. There's going to be show notes and links out to other things that I'm talking about. And if you've missed it, don't forget to watch some of my other videos and posts about owning versus renting, the best purchase loans right now in San Diego, the agency adverse market adjuster. For a guy that stutters, it's very hard to say, which, by the way, when I did the video, it was coming into effect September 1st. As of right now, it's been pushed back to December 1st. The 5 most asked housing and mortgage questions that I get right now, and if the 2020 housing market is just like 2007. Without further ado, why don't we jump into today's post, the 5 incredibly stupid first-time homebuyer mistakes that are made in San Diego. So stupid mistake number 1, and by the way, I'm saying stupid on purpose. I'm not calling people stupid. I'm saying, can you agree with me here, that we all do things, not knowingly or sometimes knowingly, that we might think are pretty stupid, right? We all do that. So I'm not calling people stupid. I'm saying that the mistakes that are being made and can be corrected immediately after this video are stupid. So stupid mistake number 1, being scared leads to inaction, or, in quotes, the analysis paralysis, okay? So I think this is best described by a recent conversation that I've had with somebody that's been on my website for several years, has been paying rent, I believe was pre-approved at the very start, but then didn't act on anything. Hasn't looked yet for real estate in person, yet spends hours a day, every day online, right? In my past video, I called that real estate porn, where they're on just all day looking at houses and looking at houses and looking at houses and looking at pictures, and it's like, wow, alrighty. So I asked him, hey, on average, over the last 36 months, right, 3 years, 36 months, just give me a ballpark figure about how much have you spent every month. Of course, before it's a little bit lower, they raised it, blah, blah, blah. $3,000 a month. I said, okay, cool. So over 36 months, 36 times 3,000, you've handed your landlord $108,000. Okay. Second one. I then asked if he was receiving any write-offs for renting. Does he get to deduct anything like interest paid every year, taxes paid every year, or mortgage insurance can be paying every year if he put down less than 20% on like an FHA or conventional or USDA mortgage loan? He said, of course not. Of course I don't get any tax write-offs. We don't get any tax write-offs for renting. So I relayed in a video that I just did about the renting versus owning, strongly suggest that you watch that, where I laid out if this hypothetical person, people always get mad when I do numbers, it's either too expensive for some people or too low for some people. I just got to pick a number. So if somebody had a mortgage of about $700,000 or about a $725,000 purchase price 3 years ago, if we look at the interest, property taxes, and mortgage insurance that's paid every year, it's about $36,000 every year that they get to deduct off their taxes. 36,000 times 3 years is $108,000. Let's go on to the next one. I then asked if his apartment, right, has appreciated in value over that time. He said, no, of course not. Now, something over appreciation, links below this video. I get it. Stuff might go up. It might flatten out. It might go down. Okay. I've been saying this for years and years and years, since 2012. It's been very clear that over the next several period of years, stuff was going to appreciate. So it's not a secret that 3, 4, 5 years ago, that things were going to appreciate in San Diego, as the government was already telling you they have to lower interest rates, which they've done, and they said that they're going to keep low for an extended period of time. That's not rocket science when they already tell you that they're going to do it. But anyways, back to it. $700,000 mortgage, $725,000 sales price, just 5% appreciation, right, each year. Plenty of clients that I've worked with that have received that, no question. 5% each year over the last 3 years, okay? That $725,000 purchase turned into about $840,000 worth of equity, right? Or gained about $115,000. So why don't we add this up? $108,000. $108,000. He paid his landlord versus putting into his house, right, to paying down the principal. He has not received the $108,000 in tax deductions that he would have received, okay? He has not gotten the $115,000 in hypothetical appreciation over the last 3 years. 108, 115. Well over $330,000 in just 3 years. So of course I asked him, how do you like your apartment? He said, it's okay. It's not great. And my response was, why didn't you just buy an okay but not great house? Here's the moral of that. Right now, you're doing something. People always think, I'm waiting to make the best decision. You already made a decision. You're renting right now. So every day that you're renting and you're not buying, you're helping your landlord pay down their mortgage. You're helping the landlord get tax write-offs, and you're not getting any appreciation. Change that mindset. Stupid mistake number 2. Champagne taste on a beer budget. We all know what this means, right? You want to drink a bottle of awesome champagne or fine wine, but you have a beer budget, right? You got to slap open that Coors Light, that Bud Light, that any kind of cheap beer. But guess what? Join the club and get over it, okay? If you're renting a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment for around $2,500 a month, guess what you're going to be buying, realistically? A 2-bedroom and 2-bath condo for around $350,000 if you want to be somewhat similar in payments. But don't forget, you get to pay down your principal every month. You get the tax deductions every month. And over time, you're going to be getting appreciation. You know, this is something as far as the appreciation, again, look below the video, when in another video, I as well cited this graph since 1951. Okay, since 1951, the average price home in the U.S., so not just San Diego, it's more obviously in San Diego, the average price U.S. home as of 1951 was $18,000. Very recently in 2020, it's gone to $300,000. $18,000 to over $300,000. Okay, so that's what it's looked like. Will it happen in the future? Who knows? If they print money out of thin air, it's likely to see appreciation. But here's what we do get. You do get to live in a place where you don't get evicted, where your landlord doesn't raise the rent, okay? You get to pay down your own principal. The idea, right, like your parents and grandparents of before, was they wanted to pay it off as soon as possible so they didn't have a mortgage payment. That was the idea. And you get tax write-offs, right, off of your interest, off of your property taxes, off of your mortgage insurance if you have it. And by the way, I don't offer tax advice. Doing it for 20 years, you learn a few things, buying dozens and dozens and dozens of property all throughout the world and helping other clients. But you also get other tax breaks, write-offs, etc. Hire somewhat of a decent CPA for $300 a year, and you can get yours as well. Stupid mistake number 3, not getting all your ducks in a row. I hear this all the time. Hey, Scott, I would do it, but you need so many documents. We need 5. Hey, Scott, I would do it, but the loan application, it takes 5 minutes. You do it online in the comfort of your own home. So here's what I mean. You get pre-approved for a mortgage, right? 10 minutes or less. scottsloanapp.com. Look below the video. There's links. 10 minutes or less, you upload your needed supporting documents. Copy of your driver's license. Take it with your smartphone. Last 30 days, paychecks. I'm sure your work sent it to you via PDF. Last 2 months, bank statements, all pages. Log in online to get them. Last 2 years, tax returns and W-2s. If you don't have Google IRS tax transcripts, you get them free online. If you have anything like a 401k, retirement, stocks, bonds, etc., just those latest statements, that should take you 10 or 15 minutes to get those documents. So from there, with the application, with your documents, I'm going to run your credit. We know your credit score, your debt to income ratio. Then from there, we know what your max sales price. We're going to know what kind of loan you're going to get. We're going to know approximate interest rate. We're going to know if you need a down payment, if any, if you don't go with down payment assistance or buy in the countryside and use a USDA loan. And here's what we do. It's very simple. You go and look at as much real estate as fast as possible in your price point, in the areas, and what you want to look in. The ones you like, you put an offer in. Something's going to get accepted. You move 30 days later. That's all it takes. It's not hard. It's not difficult. If you get prepared, you have all your numbers, you go look at things that work, you put your expectations right, you make offers on ones you like, something gets accepted, you move in. That's all it takes, and you get back your free time. Stupid mistake number 4, waiting for your dream property that will never come, right? I hear this all the time. It's one of the reasons why I hate all these ridiculous reality shows. They're kind of fun to watch, but their numbers are always wrong, and they're always fake, and they juice up this, and they juice up that. But it's, we found our dream home, right? When I lived in a lot of different countries, but in Panama, for instance, especially when people went to the beach, or Panama City, or they went to like Coronado Beach, or they went to Bocas del Toro, or they went to Boquete, which is the mountain region in Panama, and it has cooler weather. You can buy these big homes for a few $100,000, and they found their dream home. Yeah, it was their dream home for a couple years until they wanted to move and get a different one. Here's my thing. Get over it, right? Get over it, especially in San Diego, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, especially if you have pretty great income. You're not going to find your dream home probably on your first property, right? Get that condo that you like. Get that townhome that you like. Get that starter home that you like. Remember that mistake number 1, where every day that you don't act, you don't get appreciation. You don't get tax write-offs. You're not paying down your principal balance, right? We're looking at that 5 to 10 times in your future. It went from 18,000 to 300,000 in less than 70 years. Before you know it, your future is just like this. Let's not get carried away with wasting time all day, every day on your $400,000 budget, thinking that you're going to find a dream home in La Jolla at $400,000. It doesn't exist. Get your mind right on what you can afford. Stupid mistake number 5, stupid spending habits. This one speaks for itself. We've all been there, right? Not passing judgment on anybody, okay? But I see huge car loans. Some of these people have and obviously I don't talk about specific people, I speak in generalities. I've seen car loans, $700, $800, $900 a month on people that make $50,000 a year, or $60,000 a year, or $70,000 a year. Just because they have that one issue at $900 a month is the equivalent of something around $150,000 purchase price. So $900 a month on a car payment is $150,000 on a home purchase. That alone right there kicks people out of buying something. So they'd rather drive a fancy car and live in a in a not cool apartment. That's fine. That's your own decision. Or you could have a baseline car or one that you paid cash and get into your place, wait a couple of years, refi, take some cash out, and then maybe buy a car for cash. Might make a little bit more sense. Huge student loans. I have news for you. If you went to college, you got lied to. It's a bamboozle, but that's a different story for a different day. Unless you got your college degree for a very specific profession that you needed it, and it's very high paying, which enables you to pay it off faster. Or if you're like a teacher or something like that in the state of California, where if you have your student loan for 10 years or longer, they get rid of it, that's fine. But I see student loans of $100,000, $200,000, as high as $750,000 on student loan. I'm sorry, you got bamboozled, but guess what? You have your student loan, you got to pay it. Just because you go income-based or forbearance or deferment, it's still there. Depending on the loan that we have to do, we still count student loans debt towards your debt. You got to get rid of it. Obviously, another one, as we all know, is credit card debt, okay? Here's what I mean. You want to have as many credit cards as possible, right? There's nothing wrong with having 5, 10, 15 credit cards. You want to get them as soon as possible in life, right? Every so often, you want to contact them and say, hey, on a soft pull or just by raising my limits, can I get a higher limit? Here's the key. You don't want to buy stupid stuff. You don't want to have high, obviously, debts on those. That's pretty simple. So what you do want to have is a lot of debt that's available on your credit report. You just don't use very much of it. Very simple. And finally, on this one, pay your bills. I can't tell you how many stupid mistakes I've seen. Very simple things like, oh, I forgot to make a credit card payment or two. Or a recent one where somebody got a new credit card, $20,000 limit, never even used it, forgot that their annual due was up. It was linked to their checking account. It didn't get paid. They had a 770 credit score. It dropped to a 650 because they had a 30-day, then a 60-day, then a 90-day, then a 120, and they closed their account. Okay? Don't be dumb. I get it. You don't like T-Mobile. You don't like SDG&E. They give you a $50 collection, right? You want to go F them. I'm not going to pay it. You're just screwing yourself over a $50 collection. It's not worth it. Don't make stupid little mistakes. Just pay your bills on time. I get it's hard, but pay your bills on time. And I'm going to do one bonus. If you're looking at the show notes, there's not show notes there. This one kind of drives me nuts. People that are saving for a down payment. Look, you can get down payment assistance that covers your down payment up to a $725,000 purchase. If you're buying in the countryside, zero down USDA loan. If you're a past veteran or in the military, zero down VA loan. If you're getting a conventional loan, you need 3% down. $500,000, that means you need $15,000, okay? That can be a gift, that can be down payment assistance, that can be you. But here's the thing. You save up for $15,000, it shouldn't take you that long. But $16,000 won't make a difference. $17,000 won't make a difference. If you're buying a $10,000 car, putting down $2,000 is 20%. That makes a difference on your payments. Guess what? When you're buying a $600,000 house, taking another year to save $5,000 is the dumbest idea ever. And this goes back to my thing of getting planned, prepared, and ready to go. You need to know the different loans, get approved, know the different loans so you know what to do. It makes absolutely no sense to waste 6 months or a year or 2 years or never to wait and save up more money that's not going to make any difference whatsoever. Here's my thing. If you're 40 or 30, picking a number, if you're 40 and you've saved $5,000 as of now, let's just say, or $10,000 as of now, let's just say, and you're 40, what are you going to do? Wait to 60 to maybe save $20,000? By then, what will home prices be? By then, what will interest rates be? By then, you lost all that time as far as paying things down. You get the idea. Don't waste time when you could act right now. That's it for me. 5 with the bonus. Stupid mistakes that first-time home buyers and everybody makes in the market. As always, if you like the video, I'd really appreciate it if you give a thumbs up. And don't forget, I'm here to help you. I'm licensed in California to do real estate and loans, and I focus on San Diego. I'd love to help you find real estate in San Diego, help you sell real estate, and obviously do mortgage loans. And you can see, I know this stuff inside and out. Over 20 years buying and selling real estate in several different countries. I know this stuff extremely well. And I'm going to end it right there. Thank you so much for watching the video. I look forward to chatting with you and helping you sometime real soon.